Hello Internet, welcome again to another tutorial. This time we're going to be dealing with that horrible synthetic leather that crumbles on some of your classics, and without relasting the shoe and putting a new lining in, you haven't really got many options other than to paint it. Shout out to the Howard Brown Super Sound for providing the trainers and also the music. First of all, we've got to remove the insole. Take your time, lever it out, you don't really want to rip the foam. You're going to need some cotton wool and something like isopropyl alcohol to remove the loose bits of paint. I would be careful using something such as acetone, as this may soak through and remove some of the upper paint or dye. We're going to be doing a lot of filling, painting, sanding, ironing. You're going to need a few things. You can get leather filler from an upholsterer's. I'm going to use a heavy acrylic gel for this. This one's a matte one, which gives it a little bit of chalkiness to it, makes it a little bit easier to sand. This stuff is really flexible and you're pretty much recreating a plastic leather finish. Once the gel has soaked right in and you've got a nice even coating of it, it's great to just go back over with a wet finger and smooth that off one more time. It's also useful to have some cotton buds to tidy up. You're really going to need this to dry properly, so you could leave it overnight or use a heat gun like I'm going to use here. As used in some of the other tutorials, you can use a mini iron and some parchment paper, and this will help to heat and compress the paint. This and a combination of sanding with some fine abrasive paper can really get you the kind of finish you're after. You're going to need to mix up some paint. I generally mix all my paints from primary colours and black and white. I don't generally buy colours off the shelf. For this project I used Angela's leather paint as a base and added some fabric medium. When heated, the fabric medium provides a little bit more adhesion and flexibility. To this I added some airbrush medium to thin out the paint, and for the final coats I added some matte medium or duller to tone down the gloss sheen. You're going to want to paint, sand, iron, sand, paint, sand, iron. It's going to go on a bit. I don't generally mask off areas, as you can't always see what's going on underneath if the paint has leaked under or anything like that. So I like to use fine brushes. The brushes to do the detailed and finer parts I use are pointer brushes, and often they lose shape. One of the ways that I've discovered to keep that point really nice is to, when they're dry and you've washed them, is to apply some hair gel to them and dry that with a heat gun or with a hair dryer. The next time you use it, you just brush out the hair gel, everything's good. You're going to need to repeat a lot of these steps over and over again, and I really cannot emphasize just how important it is to have some patience. If you want that brand new synthetic leather look, you're really going to have to stick with it. The upper leather used on these Adidas was a lovely, what looks like a pull-up aniline leather. It seems a shame that they used a synthetic leather lining, in my opinion, to kind of ruin it. But there you go. You'll know if the leather is aniline because when you drop some water on it, it will soak right in. It's not coated with heavy varnishes or pigment or anything else. Shoes like this will take a good polish afterwards as well. When you're happy with the job, you've completed all the steps enough times to get a really nice smooth finish, then you can seal your work with a leather sealer or finisher. I like to use something used in the automotive trade and in upholstery. It's a spray sealant. It dries really quickly and gives me a nice smooth look. Don't forget to subscribe and check out some of the previous tutorials, and look out for the ones still to come.